Well, today we are cooking chicken and sausage gumbo and potato salad. As you can see, I've already boiled my eggs for the potato salad, and I slow boiled a whole chicken overnight with some celery salt, some sweet basil, and some parsley. So now I'm letting it cool off because I'm fixing to debone my chicken. And I will get back with y'all after I debone it. Okay, bye. Okay, I have deboned the chicken, as you can tell. Here's all my chicken. Very little bones, once you take them all out. Once again, my eggs from potato salad. I have my onions peeled and cut, and I'm going to do my little trick and put them in the freezer. That way when you cut them, you don't cry as much. And I like white onions because they're sweeter when you brown them. And here's my andouille and smoked sausage that I cut into little bitty cubes. And that does two things. Number one, it allows it, when I brown it, to get more of the fat from the inside. As you can tell, there's little fat granules all over. Well, that burns off. And number two is when you put it into your gumbo, then, or stew, it is smaller, so you don't have the, what I call the trollers trying to take all the sausage out. So you have more sausage throughout, your gumbo or stew. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start browning this off, and I'll show you the finished product when I'm done. And I'm also going to add the chicken back to the broth, and I'm going to cut up some celery and start boiling it down again, and that should be good. Okay, after I brown the sausages, I will get back with y'all. Okay, as you can tell, there's my sausages after I browned them off, and what I do is I drain the oil down to one side because I save that oil, because my little secret is I brown my onions in that oil. Gives the onions a little bit added little taste and everything else. As you can tell, I cut my celery up, and I cut them up nice and fine. That way they can basically melt instead of having all the fibers get caught in your teeth and stuff. So I will get back to you after I brown my onions. Bye. Okay, as you can see, the 3 onions cut, diced, in the pot, ready to be browned. And I know it looks like a lot of onions, but after I brown that down and cook it down, it's going to be about a third of that. Also, another little trick I do is you got to put some non-brown onions in the pot also. As you can see, just letting it all sit in there and marinating. So when I brown this, I'll put that in there, then I'll start on my roux. When I start on my roux, I will get back with you. Okay, here's potatoes that I had boiled the other day in seafood, so I like using that for my potato salad. It's my little special little thing. Here's the eggs that I chopped up. I'm going to chop up my potatoes, and I don't use this little gadget because it cuts the potatoes up too small, and I like them kind of chunky. So actually I put my hands in there, and I actually knead the potatoes and leave them nice big chunks, because we're not trying to make cream potatoes, we're making potato salad. My onions are still cooking, and I cook them low and slow, 275. It's getting all the water out. Getting all the water out, and once it cooks a little bit longer, I'll turn up the heat to give them a little bit brown, but I usually do cook them low and slow. The color I'm trying to get is going to be the color of that spatula, a little bit darker than the color of the spatula, and that's going to give the onions a nice good caramelization, nice sweet with a little hint of brown taste, and that gives a good flavor to the gumbo. Okay, I'll get back later once I add everything together. All right, bye. Here, I like making my own dill relish. This Ninja is awesome for that. And I like the Cajun Chef whole dill pickles. Reason being, they're huge for number one, juicy, and it's got that salty taste that I like that transfers to the food. A little bit less vinegary, a little bit more salt, which I like. So to me, it makes the best relish. So basically what I do is I buy a jar, put it in my Ninja, and then I transfer it over to, you know, a little jar like this, and then I use it for, you know, my potato salads and my tuna fish. So, okay, just wanted to add that step in there. All right, bye-bye. Well, as you can see, there's my onions. That nice brown that I like. I'm actually going to let it sit there and simmer a little bit. That way it'll get a little bit darker without actually burning. That's the color I like it. Some people like it darker, some people like it lighter. I like a real dark, you know, not too dark. Like my dad likes it a little bit darker than that. So, once I do my roux, I will show that. Bye-bye. Okay, I thought I'd show, I'm starting the roux. I do it old style, with flour, a little bit of seasoning, and oil, and I just fry it off. You know, you go online, there's several thousand ways to do it. You can even do it in the oven. I just like doing it the old style. As you can tell, I got everything besides my roux in there. Right now I got the temperature coming up because you don't want to add the roux to anything cold because it clumps up and you want it to deteriorate into the water. So I will come back after the roux is a lot darker than that. Okay, as you can see, my roux is done, nice and dark. Nice and dark. I really don't worry about the oil because chicken and the chicken fat has a lot of oil anyway in the sausage. What I do is right before I serve it, I let it quit boiling, and then I just siphon, you know, I get all the oil off the top. So as you can see, I got that as a rolling boil, and I'm going to slowly add that into that, and you have to do it slowly because this is still hot in the grease, so it will pop. So you have to be extremely careful, and you have to do it slowly so it'll go throughout instead of clumping up. Okay, once I have it all in, I'll get back with you. As you can see, it's in, and you see how dark it's got, and it also thickened it up some. I mean, that's, you know, what flour does. But basically, this is the consistency you want. And as you can see, nice juicy sausages and chicken in every bite. So right now, I just cook it, let the celery cook down and the onions cook down. Got about another hour. I'm gonna let it simmer at about 260, and that is basically a chicken gumbo. To do a stew, all you do is add more roux and then you get thicker. That's basically the difference between a gumbo and a stew, just more roux. Okay, I will get back when it's time to start eating. Okay. Oh, I just wanted to tell y'all, I use these New Wave induction things that I bought. They're awesome. My electric cooktop, I can't control the heat. It's either on or off. And it's kind of hard, especially to do roux and stuff like that, because you got to constantly be pulling the pan off because it's too hot. With these things here, even though I think they're about 20 degrees off, I still can control my temperature a lot better. So, in case anyone has any questions about that. Alright, I'll get back to y'all later. Okay, there we go. There's our potato salad made. There is our gumbo made. And here is our rice made. Everything for a good old meal. Sometimes people have French bread, but I didn't have any, so I didn't do it. So here we go. And thank you all for watching. Bye-bye. Well, here's my daughter. How is it? Here's my mom. How is it? Well, she's good too. Yep, and there's my bowl. So, everyone thinks it's good, so I guess it's good. Bye-bye.